Hello Aries, Turquoise Tarot here with your reading for April 2017. I hope you're all doing well. Much love and light to you in the coming month. I want to remind everyone that I do have a special with my private readings. So if you purchase a 20-minute reading, I will provide an additional 15 minutes for free. If you purchase a 40-minute reading, I'll be providing an additional 10 minutes for free. You can use that time to either ask an additional question, or you can ask me to use that time to elaborate on your initial question for your reading. If you're interested in getting a private reading, please feel free to contact me on my website or my email address, and I will post both of those below in the information box under this video. Also, if you're interested in making a donation to the channel, please feel free to click the link below as well, and always the donations are greatly appreciated. So let me go ahead and start with the general reading for the month of April. After this general reading, we're going to look at what's coming in regarding love and romance for Aries, for singles and for couples. So let me see what the general messages are for Aries in the month of April 2017. General messages for Aries. Oops, that's one. General messages for Aries. All right. First card we have is the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, the Magician, the Moon, Queen of Cups, Four of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Page of Wands. At the bottom of the deck for overall energy, we have the Six of Pentacles. Let me just look over this briefly and we'll see what messages are coming through for you. So for some of you, there's conversation around a romantic relationship. I feel that there's a water sign around you, so this could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This can be their sun, moon, or rising sign. Now I apologize for the fan on the computer. I'll try to speak louder so you can hear me. But I feel like you want to offer you want to offer your love, offer a commitment to a water sign, but you're almost like you're afraid to. And I don't know why. You're holding back. And this doesn't have to be necessarily a love interest. It can be someone that you are close to, that you're friends with, or whatever, but there's something about you have feelings for someone. Doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm picking up romantic. But you have feelings for someone, and you want to be able to express it. You want to be honest. You want to be open about it, but you're afraid. You're afraid that you're going to be rejected. For some of you, I feel like in the past, you may have, this can go either way, men or women, but I feel like in the past you may have played the field a lot, but in the month of April, you may be meeting someone that makes you want to commit, makes you want to settle down, and this can be a water sign that you're dealing with. I see that this person has a big impact on you, and I think that they understand you in an emotional way, and in an intellectual way that you haven't been understood in the past, or in a way that you feel like there's a connection here with this person that you haven't had with someone before. And I think this is someone you've been waiting for. This is something you've been waiting and wanting to happen. And the cards are saying here that if this is something you've been dreaming of and desiring, you've materialized this relationship to come into your life. You've manifested this in this time for this person to arrive. Because you've been wanting someone that you just connect with and understands you. And I feel like this person does. Let me use the Gypsy Oracle cards here. And I know this is a general reading and it kind of went off on a love tangent. But honestly, that's kind of what I'm picking up here. But again, you know, it doesn't have to be romance. It could just be maybe, you know, there's someone that you care for deeply and you haven't really expressed your emotions to them. Maybe, you know, there's someone that you need to speak up to and say, hey, you know, I really care about you. Or maybe there's someone you need to be there for that you haven't really had a good emotional connection with before. This is a month where, you know, this is an opportunity for you to really connect with this person. But again, there's just like a fear here of doing the wrong thing or saying the wrong thing, or a fear of rejection. I'm going to look at the Moon card first in the center here. So we have the widower, and then we have the scholar, and frivolity, if I can pronounce that correctly. So on the Moon card, these three cards are telling me that there's something that you're highly sensitive about. I feel like this. I feel like if this isn't a love interest that you are wanting to express your love to, and this can be someone you're reconnecting with, like an ex-partner, but this can also be somebody new. If this isn't someone, though, that you're reconnecting with in a romantic sense, I feel like there's a water sign around you that you feel now is an important time for you to be honest and open and expressing how you feel. And this is going to like open a door. It's going to be like a floodgate. There's emotions that are pent up that haven't been expressed, and this is the time in which to do it. And I feel like it may be because this water sign, you're worried that either they're going to leave, or you're not going to have this opportunity to say what you need to say again. And so there's this fear here of, if I don't say what I need to say now, I'll never be able to say it again. But there's also, again, there's like a concern about how it's going to be received. Let me look at this page. Let me look at the Knight of Cups. Yeah. You may have ended something with someone in the past, right? And you're not on good terms with this person at present, but I feel like you want to be on good terms. I feel like you want to be on good terms with this person. And I'm picking up a water sign. It may have ended. I mean, if we look at these three cards on the Moon card, it may have ended already, but you're still interested in this person, and you may be asking around about this person or looking them up online, trying to figure out what they're doing now, where they're at, because there's still a strong attraction to this person. Emotionally, you're still wanting to connect with this person. And if it's not, you know, a water sign from the past that you're interested in reconnecting with, I think that this is saying here with the Knight of Cups and these three cards here, that again, you're afraid you're going to miss your opportunity to be open and honest about your feelings. and you're afraid that this person's going to leave without you having the opportunity to say what you need to say, and they're going to not know how you truly feel. Let's look at the Page of Wands here. Bottom card. Yeah. You got secrets. You got something you need to get off your chest, because it's weighing you down by not opening up and being expressive. Now the pages, they're communicators, and this is being the Page of Wands. He's a communicator of passion, right? Desire. So I feel like, again, we have the conversation card here. So you need to have this conversation to get this weight off your chest in order to say what you need to say. And I think you're going to do it in the month of April. I really do. And I think it's going to be, you're going to be surprised by how your love or how your message is received, because this person equally wants what you want, or there's equal give and take in this conversation. I feel it's very therapeutic, and healing for you. Also, I think it's, again, opening a floodgate here where it's pushing you in a new path. You didn't open this door, now you're opening it, and it's leading you on a new path. Okay? So again, I apologize, guys. I know that it's a general reading, but that's what came through. Let me look at what's coming in for single Aries for the month of April. Card that flew out, we got the King of Wands, which is you. Let's see how that resonates with the other cards. We have the Eight of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Shh, no barking. Ten of Cups. Sorry, I talked to my dog there. Six of Swords, King of Swords, Seven of Wands, Temperance, and the Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck, overall energy, we have the Lovers. All right. Let's see what the love messages are for singles here. Well, singles. I think some of you walked away from a relationship. This is for someone who they were previously married, or they were in a relationship where they had children, okay? And I think you had to really fight and stand your ground with your ex-partner in order to, just be seen as someone who deserves respect, someone who deserves, their input being heard. This is someone that, this is what they've dealt with up to this point. And I think emotionally, when it comes to romance and intimacy, that's kind of been it's been lacking. They've been lacking in that department. So this is for someone who's going through that at present. In the month of April, you're either going to be taking a trip for a wedding, attending a wedding, or you're just going to be traveling. And I feel this is going to be a very therapeutic trip for you. Either you're traveling in the month of April for a wedding, or you're planning to travel in April for a wedding. That wedding will be coming up at a later time. But either way, this trip is going to be very therapeutic for you. And I think when you're there at the wedding, you're going to be meeting possibly an air sign. So that would be a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. That could be their sun, moon, rising sign. I think you're going to be meeting this person again at this wedding. It doesn't have to be a wedding. It can be another type of ceremony, maybe a baptism or a family reunion where this person gets invited, not family, let's hope, right? But some type of celebration that you'll be attending. It's going to be, again, healing for you to go, because I think you're needing this break. I think you've struggled a lot in the last, I want to say, couple months maybe. Not really struggled, but you've had some difficult things that you've had to work through. And so you're really looking forward to this trip. And I see you meeting this person, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity, because we have the Lovers here. So this is like, this person's coming along, and it's like, hey, there's an opportunity here with the Page of Cups too underneath this King of Swords. There's a sense of, I want to say, getting like the butterflies in the stomach and anxious to see this person and wanting to be near them all the time. I kind of feel like that's how this person makes you feel. Now, if you're not traveling, it can just be, maybe you're doing like a water sport, or you're near water is where you're going to meet this person. Maybe, I want to say, and I know it's April, and I know that, in many places it's still very cold and whatnot, but maybe you're traveling to a warmer climate, or something near water. Something near water where there's a celebration, you're going to meet this person. Okay? And I want to say this is for those who have given up on love. They've kind of just, they've been through the thick of it in the past with an ex-partner. They've had a hard time defending themselves. I want to say for some of you too, if that's not the case, that scenario I just expressed or explained, it can be that you're kind of known as the black sheep in your family, and you feel kind of out in the cold, or you feel left out. But this trip is going to be very healing for you, and I feel like you're going to meet people that understand you and are on your level, and this is when you meet this air sign. Now, if it's not an air sign, doesn't have to be, it can just be someone who acts like an air sign or has air in their chart somewhere, but usually it's someone who, the King of Swords is someone who's like an accountant or a business manager. They're someone who's good with logistics and money and finances. They're very communicative. They're a very good conversationalist. So that's who to look out for. They can be very charming too, because they do talk a lot. Okay, so let's look at the Four of Wands here. And if I didn't mention it already, let me just say these cards, these smaller cards that I'm using, these are known as the Gypsy Oracle cards. So if you're interested in purchasing the deck, you can find them. They're pretty common. Find them a lot of different places. Okay, so on the Four of Wands, we have melancholy, despair, and wife. So I kind of feel like, okay, this is what I'm getting. You're invited to a wedding, you're invited to some type of ceremony, but you don't want to go because financially you don't think you can afford it. And you're like, I don't really want to go. And you're trying to fight with your family, and they're like, come on, you gotta go. This is your cousin, or this is your aunt, or this is whomever. You gotta attend, and you don't want to go. But I think family kind of intervenes, and either they help you be able to go, or they just push you enough to where you go, and it ends up being a good thing. Let me look at the Page of Cups here. Look, the Page of Cups is a communicator, right? Pages communicate, and this is an emotional communicator. Something very positive emotionally. So on that, we have the Doctor, we have misfortune, which is like the Tower, and the Rider-Waite, and then we have death. The Doctor being here and the Temperance card, these cards both speak of healing. So I feel like with this coming up on the Page of Cups is saying we're healing ourselves on this trip. It's very therapeutic. But also there's a shocking turn of events that is positive because it is on the Page of Cups, and it's something transformational. What is that? Well, it's a new love. Let's look at the Lovers card here. This someone is a very loyal person. They're very self-confident. This is very attractive to you. I think this is someone you could have a long-term commitment with yourself with the Wedding card coming up on the Lovers card. And I'm getting a strong feeling like this is attending a wedding. And it doesn't have to be, but guys, that's what I'm feeling. This is a general reading, so if there's something specific that you want to look at regarding your specific situation, please feel free to contact me with the information below about a private reading, because that's the best way to look at what's going on with you specifically, okay? Now let's look at what's coming in for my couples in the month of April. Oops, excuse me. We have the Five of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Empress. At the bottom of the deck we have Justice. This again is reminding me of what we kind of saw in the first reading for the general reading, a little bit. So that message may resonate with some of you who are coupled, the first reading that I did. But let's look here. Well, I think for some of you, you've been in a relationship for a long time. You've been married for a while, or you've been together for a while, and I kind of feel like there's a lack of intimacy in this relationship. There's a lack of passion in this relationship. And it's kind of, in a way, I want to say, hardened you. Because you're more focused on, you know, just your responsibilities as a wife or as a mother, your day-to-day job. For some of you, if you're a male, you're more focused on your work and the house and the, you know, chores. Both of you are just focused on day-to-day activities rather than each other. And I think there's a need to reconnect because there's an emotional imbalance here. I don't feel it's being openly expressed to your partner, but it's something that does need to be discussed because it's kind of, you're going in different directions here. You know, it's kind of like you're beginning to feel like roommates rather than intimate partners. Let's see what else we see here. You know, some of you may be talking about leaving a partner because you're not happy with the level of intimacy that's there, but I think you're afraid of financial ruin or you're afraid of financial problems if you do leave this partner right now. I think you're also worried about possibly your children, if you have children together, and how it may impact them, because first and foremost, you're worried about being a mother than you are about, you know, your own sense of happiness. Let's look at the Justice card with these Gypsy Oracle cards and see what other messages can be coming through. So to renew hope in your relationship and restore the balance, because here in the center we see this, there's an imbalance here in your relationship, and the overall message being that of the Justice card is saying there needs to be a restoration of balance. So maybe you're too focused again on other things rather than your partner, and that's causing this discord or this emotional, mental blockages in your relationship. So on the Justice card, we have hope, we have service, and we have frivolity. So I feel like it's saying here that you need to spend more time, because this card can also talk about sexual nature and passion. I feel like you need to spend more time with your partner, reconnecting with that intimacy and being of service to one another, helping one another and restoring that hope and optimism you have in your relationship in order to restore the balance, okay? Spend more time with your partner and being intimate and leaning into your partner, asking, you know, finding out what they need, where are they at. Also, I want to say for some of you, you're going to be finding out this month that you're pregnant. But I feel like you may be keeping it a secret from your partner, or your partner is keeping it secret from you, if you're male, for now. And maybe it's because you're struggling financially and you're afraid, or they're afraid of how challenging it may be to support a child right now with the financial struggles you're facing. Let's look at the Empress. Yeah. Look, you may be afraid, or your partner may be afraid to come out in the open and tell you that they're pregnant or that they're carrying or what have you, but it's actually a fortunate event. It's a fortunate conversation that leads to happiness and joy. For those of you where that's not a possibility, I feel like with the Empress card, it talks about things coming to fruition and what we've been working for finally reaping the rewards of that work. So it's fortunate that you work on this relationship. It leads to great conversation. It leads to great happiness, because now you're understanding each other and you're able to face one another rather than just creating this divide that goes on and on and on. You know, when we don't take the time out day to day with our partner, it's just like this rift happens, right? And it's gradual over time, but before we know it, it's like, what happened to us? You know, we're like roommates now. So if that's how you're feeling, the cards here are reminding you, okay, take that time out, reconnect with your partner, because now the relationship's beginning to feel a little unstable. You're not sure how you feel about your partner anymore. Now's the time to reconnect and regain that intimacy. Let me look at the Six of Cups here. Yeah, you miss your partner and you miss the person that they were, and I feel like there's a lot of sorrow here because you're not getting what used to be in the relationship. Okay, now for those of you where you're finding out in this month that you're pregnant, this is initially it's a shock and you're worried and you don't think it's going to be a good, it's not going to be received well, but it actually is. So if you're keeping that a secret, just know that actually it's gonna be very well received and positive news. Okay, that's what I have for you, Aries, for the month of April. If you're interested again in getting more specific messages detailed to you, please feel free to reach out to me for a private reading. Otherwise, I wish you guys a wonderful month, and I will see you soon. Bye.